Hey, I want to share a story with you about an absolutely amazing man. His name is Arnold, and Arnold was a farmer, he was a mechanic, and he had a really good life. But when he was in his 50s, he would go to see his primary care physician about once a year, do basic examination tests. Come on, Patch. That's Patch. And finally, one day he gets back and he gets blood work, and it shows that he's got a PSA that's in the 40s, and PSA should be between 0 and 4. And he thought, what does this mean? He didn't know what a PSA was. A PSA means prostate specific antigen, and what that is an antigen that can show up. It can rise above 4 when you have an infection, but it can also rise when you have prostate cancer. He asked the doctor, what does this mean? And the doctor looked back at his records. It turns out they hadn't checked his PSA value for about 3 years. And the last time it had been checked, it was below 4. PSA is a test that every man who's 50 years of age or older should have every year. It's so important because your doctor will check the level of PSA and see, is it remaining steady or is it going up? So even if it's going up just a little bit, if it rises, that's called PSA velocity. And PSA velocity means if the PSA is increasing, even if it's still low, that can be a sign that you might have prostate cancer. If the PSA goes above 10, you have a greater than 50% chance that you've got prostate cancer. Why is all of this important to you? If you're a man who's 50 years of age or older, you know anyone of that age, it's so critically important to know your PSA value. You want to look at it on a graph year to year and see how the PSA, is it changing? Is it rising? Is it getting lower? Because you want to diagnose prostate cancer before it spreads outside the prostate gland. That's so essential because once it spreads outside the prostate gland, it can go to other parts of the body, the pelvis, into your bones, and then the prognosis it's fatal. Prostate cancer is fatal. It's one of the leading causes of death for men, and it is preventable because with PSA values, you can diagnose prostate cancer before it spreads. And that is the #1 test, prostate specific antigen. Make sure that you ask your doctor, what is my PSA? Is it below 4? Is it rising year to year? And also during the physical exam, and I know this is awkward, but you should get what's called a digital rectal exam. And that's where the doctor will put a glove on. He will actually check your rectum. He'll feel the prostate gland. The prostate gland is like the size of a walnut, and it should be smooth. But if you have cancer, the prostate gland can be irregular, bumpy, and misshaped. So the rectal exam combined with the PSA blood test are vital in diagnosing prostate cancer early. Now, Arnold Elliott had a lawsuit. We recovered money for him. He eventually died of prostate cancer. Ed, how are you? And the moral of this story is, such a lovely man who a simple blood test would have saved his life. So when you go to your doctor's office for that routine exam, ask about the PSA because that could save your life. If you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would love it. If you comment, I will respond to you. Share it, like it, mean an awful lot to us. We'll see you next time.